the rubber stamp to say like, yeah, this, you're not giving money to your cousin here. It looks like a good company in a space that's interesting for us. You know, it ticks the strategy boxes. You've done the work on the due diligence, approved. Or we have these big questions, you know, like they can push back on certain things or ask for more data on something, but the investment committee is not there to like double down on the work of the VC.
I see. And in your experience for a CVC, would this be people from the corporation that created the VC, or would it be like split, some people from the corporation, some external advisors?
You can have external advisors as well. Sometimes that can actually be good because the external advisors, you know, the people in the corporation can get really busy with their own stuff and therefore become a bottleneck. So what sometimes happens in CVCs is sometimes when there isn't a proper fund structure in place, they invest out of the balance sheet. And that means that, you know, it's who has money to spend on companies out of the balance sheet. Normally it's corporate development, the team that buys companies, or in your case, factories, etc. And if they are busy doing $1 billion acquisition of another like steel refinery, and you come and ask for approval for this $5 million check, they tell you, thank you very much, but please stand in line, like we'll get to you in 2 months. So there's pros and cons in having internal and external. I would say that the investment committee, you can have a quorum sort of thing to say like, okay, there's 3 people on the investment committee, and as long as 2 of them say yes, the investment is approved. It doesn't have to be unanimous, but you know, sort of like best practices would be to have some sort of voting, and to have, you do want to have representation from the corporate, you know, ideally someone senior, but you don't want it to be someone who's not going to look at it because they're too busy and just approve everything because they're buddies with the VC. So I think it's a mix is probably advised, and there needs to be sort of like a detailed roles and responsibilities for people who are on the investment committee, so they understand what's expected of them, and, you know, probably like simulate a deal together to see like, okay, this deal comes through, you get this memo, what do you have to do with it? You know, is there any signature process inside the corporate that basically unlocks the money to go out from the fund to the startup bank account?
Okay. I see. Yeah, let me finish writing down the sentence. Yeah, so I think we have only like 5 minutes left. So the most important thing is let's discuss our next steps. So I will develop, based on what we've discussed today, an Excel file similar to what I've shared with you. And I will submit it to you via GLG, and I would ask you to kind of go through it and see if you are happy or not with it. Anyway, we will have a half-an-hour call before the actual VC with the person you will be interviewing. I will also share with you more details on the person before the interview, like their complete CV, maybe some results of the personality test if the company will have them. And yeah, so as for the comments to the EPR, you could either kind of write them in an email and submit through GLG, or we could just discuss them during this half-an-hour call.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is what is important for the next steps. I expect the actual interview call to happen maybe at the end of next week or in 2 weeks. Is the time convenient for you? Or any chance you're going?
Yeah, I think we need to discuss this. No. I think the sort of until Thursday next week, like Thursday and Friday